You ever have that feeling where you just feel heavy? I don't mean just tired, I mean heavy, like you're trying to walk through a swimming pool, even on a perfectly dry day. Well, there's actually a name for that feeling, a hidden state your body can get into that almost nobody talks about. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on it.
Yeah, this right here, this quote just, it hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that specific feeling that's so tough to explain to a doctor. It's not a sharp pain, you don't have a fever. It's just this constant nagging feeling that you're being dragged down. I'm willing to bet for a lot of you listening, it really, really does. It's that frustrating sense that your body is just permanently stuck in first gear. So, to really wrap our heads around this, let's dive into a classic story from the source material. It's the story of a body that isn't really broken, but it has absolutely slowed down. Okay, so just picture this. A 37-year-old patient. She goes to the doctor, and on paper, she's the picture of health. But she wakes up every single morning feeling exhausted, even after 8 hours of sleep. Her head feels heavy, her arms and legs feel like they're weighed down, and her mind, it's in a constant fog, like it's wrapped in a wet blanket. Eating is a chore, not a pleasure. And the most frustrating part of it all, every single blood test, every scan, it all comes back saying, "You're fine, everything is normal." She knows something is off, but there's no diagnosis for it. But what if there is a name for it? A word that perfectly captures this whole frustrating experience. This right here is the absolute heart of what we're talking about today. And that name is dampness. But here's the crucial part, the thing you have to get. Dampness does not mean you have too much water in your body. It means the water you already have isn't moving. It isn't circulating. It's become stagnant, heavy, and a burden. It's literally a failure of your body's natural state of flow. And check this out. This chart shows the difference perfectly. See, in a healthy body with good flow, water gets transformed into useful fluids that nourish you, making you feel light and energetic. But when you've got dampness, that transformation process just fails. The water basically just sits there, it stagnates, and it makes the body feel exactly like the symptoms we just talked about: heavy, cloudy, and super sluggish. So what's supposed to be powering this whole system? What keeps that internal river flowing? Well, the source material points to a concept called yang. The easiest way to think about it is like your body's internal furnace. It's the warming, moving, transforming energy that's supposed to make sure that water gets processed correctly and doesn't just turn into a swamp. Okay, so if yang is the engine, the big question is, what's causing it to slow down? Well, as you might have guessed, the answer usually leads right back to our modern lifestyles. The problem almost always starts from the inside. It begins with a slowdown in the body's main processing hub in traditional Chinese medicine. This is called the spleen. Now, it's really, really important to note this is not the spleen organ you'd see in a biology textbook. Think of it as the functional system that's in charge of turning everything you eat and drink into energy. When that system gets overworked and overwhelmed, that's when internal dampness is born. And what overwhelms the system? Well, it pretty much comes down to three main culprits that are going to sound very, very familiar. First up, our diet. All those ice-cold drinks, the greasy foods, the sugary snacks, they basically put a huge strain on that internal engine. Then there's inactivity. Just sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day literally slows down the physical flow of everything inside you. And finally, mental strain. That constant low-level worry and burnout directly drains the power of this core system. This quote just sums it all up, you know? Dampness isn't like a cold that you just catch one day. It's something that we feed little by little with our daily habits. It just slowly builds up in the background until one day you wake up and you just feel heavy. All right, so if this is all happening so quietly, how can you tell if it's happening to you? Well, this next part is all about teaching you how to become a detective of your own body so you can start to read the signals it's sending you. So the source material boils it all down to four main characteristics. Now, don't worry about the characters on the screen. All you need to remember are the concepts: heavy, turbid, which means cloudy, sticky, and stagnant. These are the four big clues you're looking for. And this table here breaks it down really simply. Heavy is that weighed down, sluggish feeling we've been talking about. Turbid or cloudy, that's the brain fog or maybe a really thick coating on your tongue. Sticky can show up as, well, sticky stools, or symptoms that just linger and never seem to fully go away. And stagnant, that's that feeling of being bloated and physically stuck. So let's make this super practical.
Here's a quick checklist you can do for yourself. Go look at your tongue in the mirror. Is there a thick, maybe even greasy-looking coating on it? Think about your digestion. Is it, well, sticky? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Do you feel even worse on humid, rainy days? These are all direct signs.
Okay, now for the most important question. If you're recognizing these signs in yourself, what on earth do you do about it? The goal here isn't just to get rid of the water. It's about restarting the entire engine and restoring that natural flow.
I just love this metaphor because it's so perfect, right? If your basement is flooding, you don't just start bailing out water with a bucket. You find the leak, you fix the pipes, and you get the sump pump working again. It's the exact same idea with your body.
The source material lays out a really clear, logical three-step plan. Step 1, promote qi. You've got to get the body's energy moving first, just a clear path. Step 2, transform the dampness itself. This is where things like changing to a warmer, easier to digest diet come in. And finally, step 3, and this is the key to it all, restore the yang. You have to get that internal engine firing on all cylinders again so the flow keeps going for good.
And this quote right here is the ultimate takeaway. It all comes back to this. You don't fight the water, you empower the force inside you that commands the water. And once you get that, it changes your entire approach.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's try to reframe this whole idea. Dampness isn't some enemy you need to attack. It's a message. It's your body sending a very clear signal that it's asking for more flow.
And when you look at it like that, the choice becomes incredibly clear, doesn't it? On one side, you've got a lifestyle that's basically building a dam inside your body, sitting all day, high stress, tons of cold, processed foods. And on the other side, you have a lifestyle that promotes flow, regular movement, warm foods, fresh air, and just listening to what your body is trying to tell you.
And that is the final thought I really want to leave you with from all this. Please don't be afraid of this idea of dampness. Just try to understand it. It's not some scary diagnosis. It's just a signal. Your body is asking, very clearly, for a change of pace. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Take an honest look at your daily habits. Are they helping your internal river flow freely? Or are they, little by little, day by day, building a dam?